Okay, hey guys, so here we are for the first actual cubing video on the Corsair. Last time we did a equip setup and now we'll jump into cubing. I figured that I'll do more frequent episodes of cubing rather than long ones, so it's easier to get through all of them, and it'll roughly be about the amount of cubes that I've got showed there, so 15 odd that I've got there. And hopefully we can get some good results out of this, the small amounts that we use. But I thought I'd also start off by just showing the actual financial costs behind making these cubes. The Master Craftsman cubes that I'm using today, you need 20 superior item crystals, 5 cube fragments, 10 superior abrasives, and 5 cubic blades. The two things that are probably the most difficult to get out of the 4 these two on the left here. So these ones not so much after the recent drop rate of level 140 gear in places like KSH, HOH, Warrior Grounds, and just general bosses you come across. So it's easier to farm equips that will give you guaranteed Philosopher's Stones or superior item crystals. So they're not so much a hassle if you just stick to a routine of either looting in KSH or just killing bosses and having a character to disassemble them. You can't disassemble weapons with smithing or accessory crafting. You have to have alchemy, which is through herbalism, and you need to level it up to at least I think 5 or 6 in order to disassemble level 140 gear. But that's something that you can just work towards and have as a side character that you just log on and do that on, and then quickly move off it. So yeah, the hardest thing to get is the cubic blades. I've gone through this in my smithing guide before, but cubic blades really only come from veins, heartstones, commercy, PQ, let's see where else they can come from, elite bosses. That's where most of the ones in the FM come from people killing elite bosses and looting them, or botters killing elite bosses and just putting them up in their shop. So roughly in Bellow they're about 15 mil per cubic blade. So if you do the math, and if you're only buying cubic blades, you're spending roughly about 75 mil per cube. In Bellow the NX rate is between 150 to 200 mil per 1k NX, so therefore you're spending a lot less on one cube compared to what one red cube costs in the cash shop. So one red cube is 1.2k NX. You times that by 200 mil, and you've got roughly 240 mil for one cube compared to 75 mil for one cube, making it in game. Bearing in mind that you do have to work towards maester smithing and keep it up. It decreases by 10k every day that you don't do one, so I think you've got about 48 hours since you last crafted one to craft another one, or it'll decrease by 10. So it's not so bad, but really you look at it, and if you just do one per day, it doesn't really cost that much. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, we'll get into the actual cubing of equips. I think I just need to drop 1 or 2 things. I'm also trying to farm charm at the moment, so it's using Golux equips. So yeah, the 140 gear that I'm talking about is this sort of stuff, the cape set, and there's weapons as well. These give superior item crystals in bundles of 3 or 4. If you get superior item crystals from it, it'll give you Philosopher's Stones as well, which you can use for other things, but they're not involved in making cubes. So which equip are we going to do first? I think the one that I was looking at that I would like to just get a little bit of dex on was, I picked it up before, yeah, the shoulder. Even though I should be using Meister cubes on it in order to get it to legendary, I figured that we'd just go for a little bit of dex before anything else and see how we go. They haven't upgraded the user interface for these cubes yet, so it'll say occult cube, but these cubes do not have the chance of tiering backwards like occult cubes did. So occult cubes were the previous cubes that you got in game before there was an update to the system, where occult cubes dropped from bosses, and they could only go from rare to epic. They could not go up to unique, but they also had the chance of tiering from epic to rare again. But don't worry about it if you are going to be using them. So yeah, let's just do this and reveal. And that's actually a good line. So 6% dex and 3% all stat. So yeah, we'll get a little bit gain from that. We'll just bring up the equip tab at the same time. What else should we focus on? This one. So yeah, we'll just go for small amounts first, and then we'll worry about tiering up when there's a Miracle Time event. So yeah, we'll just work on the epic stuff first. Holy crap, okay, that went unique. I'm not sure what's going on. This just must be my lucky spot. Channel 18 Ardent Mill. Alright, we didn't get any decks that time, so we'll go again. I really don't like cubing stuff that, equips that don't have the opportunity to tier up again, but you know, we'll just once or twice try to get one line of decks. We didn't there, so we'll go again, because yeah, you're really just losing out on the opportunity for it to go legendary if you keep using Master Craftsman cubes, since they can't go past it. Oh man. Okay, I guess I'll have to make a new ring. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll just put you away for now. I'm really not sure what's going on. I think we had another ring to work on, didn't we? Well, if stuff's tearing up so easily, let's try this thing. This would be golden if we could get this thing to do something good. Nope. Okay, why don't I move the... yeah, instead of having to move that window all the time. Yeah, okay, we'll keep that. That's not so bad. I had another ring to do, didn't I? Up here. Yeah, okay, so I've got these two things that I can do. Alright. Oh, that one's not potential, that one is. And yeah, okay, that'll do for now. Let's try to tier this face equip up. No, not that. I can't believe that ring went 21% luck. Come on now, don't start doing bad stuff. And we didn't end up getting any decks on that. That's not so bad. Honestly, I can't believe that. That's, wow. Okay, so I'll probably, yeah, I don't know if I'll put that up in the FM. I might just put it up on the Facebook group. But yeah, so we did get some alright results. Yeah, so that's really the kind of stuff you can expect from Master Craftsman cubes. Like, they can tier up like red cubes do, but they can't go past unique. You'd have to move on to Meister cubes in order to, you know, tier up to legendary. But what I might do is, when the next Miracle Time is announced, I might just stockpile a lot of Chaos Cubic Blades, since the cubes actually expire. You probably saw the expiry date there. So you can't just like stockpile a lot and wait for an event. So hopefully they announce it like a week out or something from when the next Miracle Time will be. They normally tend to do that, and then during that week I'll just like buy a lot of Chaos Cubic Blades and make a lot of those cubes. So yeah, and I think the average price of those things in the FM are about 30 to 35 mil each, so you're spending a little bit more, roughly about 150 to 180 mil per cube if you're just counting the Chaos Cubic Blades, but again it's still cheaper than buying black cubes. So yeah, whereas with black cubes you'd be looking at like roughly about 440-ish, depending on what the rate is at that given time. Between 400 500, depending on how much you get the NX for. I'm not going off like a 1 to 200 rate. I'm just there's a ballpark figure. But yeah, so pretty much 150 mil. You're looking at maybe 1k NX there per cube. So that's not really too bad when you're talking about Meister cubes. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and yeah, keep an eye out for the next video. I'm going to try to keep these as frequent as I can. It just depends on how much of a flow I have in terms of superior item crystals, if I do get a lot or if I don't. I think there's some lying around somewhere. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.